We're going to be talking more about the Mastering Assistant today. I want to show you some real world usage examples of this. So this is a song that I did on a stream earlier in the week, and I'm really happy with the instrumental part of it. Still working on some vocals, but I wanted to take this around and listen to it in all of my normal places. And so I want to actually show you how it translates and give you some real feedback. This is not one of those things that I'm prepping up so that I know it'll succeed or fail, but we're going to do it together and actually listen to it in different places. Just to give you a comparison, let's listen to the chorus part really quick, just a part of it, and I'll turn it on and off. Here's it with the mastering off. It's definitely enhancing the mix and making it more finished sounding. Whether or not it's doing exactly what I want, that's not for the real point of this. I want to see how this translates now into other places. I am using the clean character, although I could be using one of the other ones. Right now, we're just going to leave it on clean, and then I'm going to do a bounce of the entire project, and then I'll see you up in the car. Okay, so here we are in the car. I'm going to be setting up a 360 camera and the Zoom H3 VR. That'll give us a pretty good sense of how it sounds in the 360 realm, which is immersive. And so you're going to hear a lot of what I'm going to hear based off of that. We're going to be doing a binaural down mix, so that way it's not the full 360, but you're hearing it with all the psychoacoustics of binaural type technology cooked into this track. So let's hear how it sounds, and then we'll do a little response to that after we do it here in the car, and then we'll do it in a few other locations. Okay, so TV, car, soundbar, phone. I don't know. What do you think? How do they translate between each of those formats? I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I think it may be harder for that when it translates to you over a YouTube video from a microphone, but here in person, I'm I'm pumped at how well that one instrumental mix has gone between each of those different formats. Not only that, but it sounds amazing on my expensive headphones and in the studio. Okay, so I decided one last thing I wanted to do was to go back through the mix and adjust some of the EQs and levels to see if I couldn't get the mastering line a little flatter. Now, this is still pretty flat. I mean, that's 6 decibels here. So we're looking at 1, 2, maybe 3 decibels of variance away from that center line, right? So still around 2K, I couldn't quite get that all the way flat, and then I was adding maybe a little bit too much above there and I had to pull it down. This little bump just below 50, no matter what I did, it's still there. And I could never, even if I was boosting this, the bass or the kick up by like 3 dB, it was still always saying that it needed to compensate for it. And then this section here, unless I was really targeting carefully and had the exact right instrument, those seem to still be going down. So no matter what I did, this same type of curve showed up every time. But I did make those changes, and this is the flattest I've gotten it for this particular song. Two things I wanted to say right off the bat. One of them is if you want to hear mono compatibility, you can turn the spread down to -1 and it will sum it all into mono. So you can actually get mono compatibility. The other thing that's really cool here is that with the loudness compensation, you can turn that on so that if you bypass this back and forth, that the levels will stay about the same as the original, so you can make more of a spectrum and dynamic range call rather than just being impressed because it's louder. So when you're doing A-B comparison, turn on the loudness compensation. If you want to hear mono compatibility, just take that down to 0. I have a little bit of spread on because I like how it sounded. Here is the final version with this change. I'll just go from the beginning up through the first chorus.